Hey everybody, and welcome back to another kids lesson. We are so happy you're here joining us today online, and I hope you guys had fun making your Mother's Day craft last week. If you did make it, send it to my email bridget@rhbc.ca for a chance to win a prize for creativity. I really want to see if you guys were able to make that craft. We're gonna head into our lesson today. We have a great lesson, but before we do, we're gonna head into some worship. So let's stand together and worship God.
Your sun down and set me free. Everything of this world will fade. I'm pressing on till I see your face. I will live that your will be done. I won't stop till your kingdom come. 'Cause you are my freedom. We lift you higher, lift you higher. Your love never ending.
Everyone, it's good to see you today. I have a problem. My friends don't know Jesus, and I've been learning that we need to share our faith with others, but I'm scared. You see, I want them to know Jesus, but what if they don't want to accept him? What if they don't like him anymore or look at him differently? What do you guys think?
Well, I know a great Bible story to help you, Silly Millie. Sorry to scare you, Silly Millie, but I'm in a bit of a rush. I have to go somewhere, but I heard you guys talking about sharing Jesus with your friends, and I think I have the perfect story to share with you all. But I gotta go, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bye, everybody.
That's scared me. But hopefully she's right and this video will help me out.
It's time for a Bible story. A long time ago, there was a woman named Esther who lived in the land of Persia.
Oh, that's where all those fancy rugs come from, right?
Yeah.
Those are nice. Little pricey, though.
God had an amazing plan for Esther's life. She would be remembered forever as a hero.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Super Esther. What does she do? Save the planet from a meteor?
Nope.
Did she rescue 1,000,000 kittens from a tree?
No.
Did she carry a bomb out of Gotham City on the Batwing so everyone wouldn't blow up, but you're not sure for like 5 minutes if she made it or not?
No, that's Batman. Come on.
Right. Still gets me every time.
Esther did something even more amazing than all of those things, and it sure took a lot of guts to do it.
All right, lay it on me. What's the sitch?
Well, first of all, Esther and her family were Jewish, which was kind of a big deal back then in Persia.
What do you mean?
Well, at the time, the Jewish people weren't really liked by the Persians. In fact, they had to live in exile, and they weren't treated very well at all.
Yikes, that's no good.
Esther was also an orphan, and she lived with her cousin Mordecai, who protected and raised her after her parents died.
Sweet beard, bruh.
Then one day, something happened that would change Esther's life big time. The king of Persia wanted to find a new wife, so he put on a huge beauty pageant where the winner would become the queen.
Wait, really? That's a pretty weird way to get hitched. Like, congratulations, you're the new Miss America, and we're married.
Well, as weird as it may sound, that's what the king wanted to do, so that's what happened. Women from all over the kingdom were there, but there was only one that the king favored.
Paula Deen.
What?
Yeah, think about it. He would eat like a king. Well, I mean, I guess he's already a king, but think about how awesome every meal would be. Breakfast, bacon. Lunch, biscuits and gravy. Dinner, butter bacon biscuits with a side of butter.
Come on, Paula Deen wasn't around then. This happened like thousands of years ago. Esther was very beautiful, and God gave her favor in the king's eyes, so just like that, she won the pageant.
Wait, so Esther became the queen of Persia?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool and all, but didn't you say that Esther was Jewish and that, like, the Persians didn't like Jewish people?
That's true, but the king didn't know that Esther was Jewish. She didn't want him to find out because she didn't know what would happen to her. So she kept it a secret and never brought it up.
Okay, so, like, now she's the queen. Crazy. Is that it?
No way. This is where the story really picks up. There's another guy that works for the king named Haman, and he's a pretty bad dude. He hates the Jewish people, so much so that he actually brings an idea to the king that would be terrible: to kill all of the Jewish people.
Whoa, that's really rough. Like, surely the king doesn't go through with it, right?
Actually, Haman gets the king to agree and sets the plan in motion.
Wait, but if all the Jewish people are killed, that would be horrible. They're like God's chosen people, aren't they? And that's where Jesus would eventually come from. This can't happen. Somebody's got to do something.
And that's where Esther comes in. She can't stand the thought of seeing her people get wiped out by Haman's awful plan, but she doesn't know what to do.
I know what she should do. Time to lay down the law and tell the king not to do it. She probably kicked into mama bear mode and was all like, "Listen here, buddy."
Let me stop you right there. Keep in mind that this is like ancient Persia. You couldn't just approach the king whenever you wanted to, even if you had a reason. Anytime someone would just pop off to the king, they'd usually get a pop off themselves.
Ah, gotcha. So I guess she's in a pretty tough spot, huh?
Totally. On one hand, she didn't want to see her people destroyed, but on the other hand, she can't just walk up to the king and tell him what to do.
Even the queen?
Nope, nobody could just walk up and talk to the king, period.
Man, this is tough stuff. So what'd she do?
Even though her mind was filled with doubt and worry about what would happen to her, she had to do something. Esther knew that no matter what her feelings were telling her, she was a child of God. She knew that God loved her and that he had blessed her life, and that if she stood up for God's people, that God would back her up.
Yeah, that's right. You go, Esther.
Esther trusted God and boldly went before the king. The nobles and the guards that surrounded him couldn't believe what they were seeing. Who did this woman think she was, that she could just walk up to the king on her own?
Oh man, I bet her feelings were totally freaking out.
I'm sure she was feeling a lot of things. She asked the king if she could make a request, and to everyone's surprise, the king wasn't upset. He didn't call for her to be taken away by the guards or thrown in jail, but instead, he listened.
Whew, that was intense. Okay, he's listening. Time to land the plane.
But she couldn't do it.
What? She chickened out? Bummer.
No, not exactly. She didn't want to come right out and tell the king everything, so she asked to have a banquet and planned to tell him there.
Okay, so there's still a chance to save her people. Come on, Esther, you can do it.
Later at the banquet, she went before the king with another request.
All right, here we go. Showtime.
But she was still too nervous.
Goodness gracious, you weren't kidding when you said her feelings were freaking out.
Totally. She was feeling all kinds of things, even questioning if the whole thing was a mistake. But her cousin Mordecai encouraged her and reminded her that what God says is more important than her fears and doubts, and he told her something that she would never forget. Esther, you were put here for such a time as this.
Yeah, come on, Esther, you got this.
Esther had dinner with the king again, and the moment came for her to ask her question. She took a deep breath, and she went for it. She pleaded with him not to go through with Haman's plan to kill the Jews. She finally told him that she was Jewish herself, and if Haman's plan goes through, that she would have to die too.
Man, Esther is one tough cookie. What happened next?
The king was moved by Esther's request and agreed to what she asked. He immediately got rid of Haman and canceled the plan to wipe out the Jewish people.
Yeah, you did it, Esther.
The king also gave all of Haman's wealth and property to Esther and Mordecai. Not only that, but the king signed a new decree to protect the Jewish people and keep them safe. The people of Israel were saved.
Man, Esther is like a real-life superhero. Move over, Wonder Woman. Esther can take you any day.
Esther decided to put her trust in who God said she was more than what she felt. And because of that, her entire country was saved. The end.
Wow! This was a good Bible lesson. I learned a lot about sharing my faith with other people. Esther stood for God's people, and she didn't care if something bad was going to happen to her. She trusted God, and He helped her. I guess I can do the same thing. I might be scared to share my faith with my friends, but I want them to know Jesus. We are all called to share the faith of Jesus with Jesus, and I won't worry if they don't like it or if they treat me differently, because I know Jesus has my back. Sharing your faith doesn't mean throwing it in people's faces and making them feel bad, but it's about letting them know they have a Savior who loves them very much and wants a relationship with them. It's up to them if they want to accept it or not, but I know God will be happy that I shared.
Hey everybody, I'm back. Did you guys learn anything when I was gone?
Yeah, I did. Esther can teach us a lot of things, but I did learn that I don't need to worry about what my friends think of me. What matters is that I share the love of Jesus with other people and let them know they're very loved by Him.
A lot of what we can learn from God comes from the Bible. We just have to open it up and read the Word of God so that He could help guide us and lead us in the right direction.
Oh, I'm going to meet my friends now. I'll talk to you all next week and let you know what happened. Bye, everyone.
I feel like she'll do a great job at sharing Jesus with her friends, and I hope you guys are able to do that too. Hey everybody, thanks for joining our lesson today. I hope you guys learned something about sharing your faith with your friends, and I hope you guys take the opportunity this week whenever you can to share Jesus with your friends, because it's so important and we want to be able to do that with each other. So if you do, send me an email to bridget@rhbc.ca because I'd love to hear about it. And I hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you guys next week. Bye everybody.